Cool. Well, welcome. This is Always Acting Up. We are now in our third season officially here. This is Caslin. This is the podcast where I will be sharing all of my personal stories and journeys as an actress in LA. You're going to be learning some tips and tricks along the way. We have industry conversations, things you should do, things you should not do. And we're going to be talking with a special guest of mine. He's been a friend of mine for a little while today. He is an actor, filmmaker, kickboxer, and he said something else, but we'll get into that. And I want to introduce this new portion of my podcast. We are calling this the ingredients to the entree. So we're also going to be talking about things that you need for your career, like fitness, wardrobe, makeup techniques, all those good things. But before we get into all of that with my guest, I want to give a quick shout out to all of you guys who have been supporting my podcast journey so far. It's been a wild ride. I know I have a brand new Instagram page, which is Always Acting Up Podcast on Instagram, so you guys can follow me there. And I have a new website as well, so you guys can follow me there as well. It's alwaysactinguppodcast.com. And so, hang on, I didn't give you guys a round of applause. So let's do a round of applause for all you guys really quick. Hey! Fantastic. All right, so let's get into it. I do have a very special guest waiting if you are here watching on YouTube. So I'm going to introduce Walter. Walter, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Yay, can you hear that?
Wow,
yeah, you do. Yeah.
Wow.
So I know I missed something in your introduction. It was actor, filmmaker, kickboxer, and what else did you say?
Occasional songwriter when I feel it.
There you go. And so I want to kind of get right into it. I know you have recently finished a brand new project. I can't actually see what your shirt says, but can you tell us?
That's me. That's me as a cartoon in the movie. It's not a cartoon.
Okay, wow.
movie.
Yeah, so tell us about this project. What's it called? Is it a feature or is it a short? Give me the deets.
It's a feature film that is actually a part 4 of an Argentinian trilogy called Plaga Zombie. So we did Plaga Zombie 4 American Invasion. So it's kind of like a continuation to a trilogy that was made in Argentina many moons ago.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about also, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this, so you said, sorry, I'm a terrible listener, this is a feature.
Yes. Yeah.
This project you've been working on for quite a while, correct? Oh my God.
7 years.
Did you guys hear that? 7 years.
Yeah.
And
7 years. But we kept going, we kept going. Boom,
yeah,
boom,
and
boom.
you're
Gotta keep going.
officially completed.
We're done. Yes. We are actually sending it to like 10 festivals, 11, 12, I don't know how many, but all the horror fests. Boom. We start
And
sending them all.
I know you acted in it. Did you have a part in writing as well?
I wrote some of my scenes. The director, Gary Medeiros, he's one of my closest friends. We became like really good friends after this whole situation. He allowed me to like actually become my own character. So I kind of came up with like a Snake Plissken type guy with the eye patch, Snake Plissken type of character. His name is Cobra. With a K.
Gotcha. Because I always see on your Instagram page,
Yeah.
it's, you say it before I mess it up. There's,
Walter Cobra.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my name in the movie. So I said, you know what, I might as well just put it on my page.
Nice. I'm curious, since I can't really see it so well, we'll have to take a picture of it. On your shirt,
Yeah.
it is you and your character. Is that something people can purchase?
I don't know. Not at the moment. This was a fan that actually drew us, like the whole ensemble, the 4 characters in the movie. And he's a big fan of the original movies. So he's like, can I draw you guys? And I'm like, absolutely. I mean, I have a toy of my character that was made for me, which is surreal because the movie's not even out yet. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you said this was, there's other, there's a first movie, a second movie, and this is the 4th, you said.
Right, the 4th. I don't have anything to do with the other originals. I mean, I was in one of the other ones, but like as an extra.
Mm-hmm.
Like in 2001, I was like 20 something. So it's crazy how the destiny took me to this new movie because I didn't know Gary. and all of a sudden he's making a movie in the United States about a trilogy from Argentina. I live in the United States. We hooked up, and now in part 4. Surreal.
Yeah, that's like super coincidental and crazy. And you guys filmed
Yeah.
here in the US then?
We filmed it in Massachusetts, in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and some parts were filmed in Argentina. Because we did get the original characters to be in the movie, as like doing cameos, like Star Wars got Luke and all them to be in their movie. Well, we got the original guys in our movie. So I have a scene with one of the original guys.
That's
Pretty cool.
That's super awesome. And I'm curious because I know when I first met you, you had a web series, or no, it wasn't a web series. I lied. It was a web series.
It was at first, and then they made it into a feature which got onto Netflix. It was called Daemonium, which we went up against you guys in Las Vegas, and that's how we all became friends.
Yeah, at the it was the IAWTV Awards.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was 2015.
And they swept it, you guys. They won you won
3 awards.
Yeah, you guys did amazing. It was like fantastic, and because I definitely watched that. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the link at the bottom as well. And the film that you just completed right now, is that in English or Spanish?
Yeah, it's in English, and we have some scenes with the original guys in Spanish.
Okay.
Which I have to speak Spanish to in the movie.
Got it. That's super cool. So I need to know how you did this, because I know it's been a 7-year process of making this film, and you're shaking your head. I know.
Crazy.
How did you guys do this? Like, when did you get on board? During the beginning of the writing process?
The beginning. The original guys who were also involved in Daemonium, who also the creators of Daemonium, created the original Plaga Zombie. Some of them. So one of the directors was like, dude, they're making a Plaga Zombie in the United States. You want to get involved? I'm like, are you kidding me right now that they're actually making a Plaga Zombie? He's like, yeah. Because it's an underground, very low budget type of film, which caught the eye of Fangoria and Troma and all those kind of weird, crazy, bizarre movies. And it's like this guy saw our movie and he wants to make like a 4th part or reenact. Or, what do you call it? Not a reenactment, like a reboot, which didn't become a reboot. It became like a part 4. Very crazy. And he's like, would you like to get involved and be like a liaison for them? Because since you know about us and you've been in the original one, and me and Gary hit it off, and he's like, do you want to be in the movie? I was like, okay. So we created a character, and then after that, I got more involved as a producer and getting the posters done, getting people to do the FX for us. Because like I said, it took 7 years, and people were just leaving. Oh, we can't do this anymore. We're done. Sorry. Makeup guy dropped out of the movie right away. I'm like, shit.
No, you're good.
Sorry. What do we do now? What do we do now? We learned how to make makeup, His wife also started doing the makeup stuff.
Is that what it is? Was that like one of the biggest challenges, is that people kept leaving? You couldn't get people to commit, or like?
Well, there was no money in the movie.
Right. Okay.
We all put our own money into it, and the people that stayed also knew that. So the ones that stayed were like, okay, cool. This is a movie I'm going to be in. They didn't know what kind of movie we were making. They thought we were crazy. Because it's not there's a thing that I always say about the movie when I post something on Instagram. I said it's not your typical zombie flick, because it's not. So people aren't going to be seeing The Walking Dead or Return of the Living Dead. They're going to be seeing some freaky, crazy stuff. So they were like, what are these guys doing? Do they know what they're doing? And they would just walk. They'd be like, we can't help you. This is crazy. And the ones that stayed, after we showed them the movie at a premiere a month ago, they were baffled. They all got up and clapped, and they started chanting my name, Cobra, Cobra. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying, and we autographing posters and stuff. I felt like like a movie star that day. But I don't do it for that. I do it because it's fun. It's just...
I think it's amazing. I think completing a project and a feature is extremely difficult. And I think, I know because you guys were going at your own pace and things were happening, and, everyone was working. You had to work around everyone's schedules, and there's no budget. But to complete it after 7 years is it's insane. Wow. That is incredibly impressive, because I I have a couple of projects that it's just never happened. And I think sometimes you just like, let it go. So what was it for you guys? Like, what was it? How did you stay motivated to get it done and not just be like, peace out?
Well, Gary always said that I was kind of like the engine that could, like a little, like I was like, come on, we got to keep on going, we got to keep on going, and I was always like pushing him along because I have that ambition, like that crazy, like we got to do it, we got to finish it. And then he's also like a very talented director, and he saw what he was making, and he was like, I think we made a good movie, so let's keep going. At first you're like, oh, we have so much to do, because it has a lot of effects. A lot of we got musical score, new musical score. We have everything original. Everything is original. So
were you guys editing as you were going, or did you make sure to film everything and then piece it all together?
We edited as we went along, but then we were like figuring out that we'd had to do like something else, like maybe to add to it, or like I do a bonus scene at the end, which was filmed 4 years after we were almost done. So I had to grow my hair again, and it was kind of like, oh God, I gotta. Now I like it. Now I'm like, all right, screw it. My hair's long. That's the way it's gonna stay. COVID hair.
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
really long.
I think that's crazy because also like I'm thinking like even when I started my podcast, my hair was long and blonde, and now and then it went from brown with bangs, and now it's even darker. So I'm like, I don't even know how you guys could do some pickups with.
Well, I'm the type of guy who watches a movie and it was like, that guy's eye was not. The eye patch was on the wrong side. So I'm very, when it comes to continuity, I'm very crazy about that. So I said, I'm going to grow my hair. This is 7 years later. I was 30 something when I started the project. Now I'm in my 40s and I have to look the same, which was why I got into more of like the kickboxing, which is what we said before. Because of the movie, I got more involved in the fitness because I want to look like an action hero. I'm short, so I have to show something off, so I started doing kickboxing and, weight training more and stuff like that, and watching what I eat.
Yeah. So. This is kind of going to age me a little bit, but if anyone has watched the movie or the show back in the days, Spartacus, it was on was it HBO Max? I don't know what it was. Stars. So Walter actually looks like Crixus.
Yes. I'm the undefeated Gaul. Yes. I love that compliment. I'm like, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well, because when I saw you with the longer hair and the fitness, and I was like, Spartacus, like that's exactly like the look that I'm like, that's exactly who he is. And I'm just curious because Demonium is also zombie based. Are you a big zombie fan, or is it just coincidental?
Demonium is more like demons and angels.
Okay, my bad.
Robots and androids. Okay, you haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, I think you guys are bitter because we beat you guys in the web series thingy.
Yeah, we're still holding it against you.
After that. I was by myself. You guys were all like, "Hey, come chill at my table." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna beat you right now." But
it's a party in Vegas.
No, Demonium is about like demon. It's like a whole crazy story. But that there's demons and angels and a robot. Crazy.
Yeah, it was really, really great. And I'm sorry, I just want to get back just a little bit because I'm still stuck on this. It's just mind blowing to me that you guys were able to accomplish this after 7 years. It is my jaw could literally drop to the floor. How did you guys go about scheduling? Was it okay, because it was in Massachusetts and you live in?
I had to drive New York.
Yeah. So how did that work? Did you guys say, all right, so I'm going to take off a week of work and we're going to film X, Y, and Z? How did this work?
Well, my scenes were done in a week and a half because the actor that I was doing it with, my co-star, Corey Omar, was moving to California to, pursue his dream as an actor and a director. So my scenes had to be done kind of rushed, but very quickly. So I had a week. I'm like, let's do this and blah, 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 blah. Then after the years went on or progressed, I did other scenes as a zombie. I portrayed zombies and stuff like that, which were coordinated. I want to be there. So-and-so, I'll be in the zombie horde. And then that's how I did that. But as far as my scenes, my personal scenes, I did them all in about a week.
So,
which I wish I would have had more time because I think I would have done better, but now that I look at the movie, I'm like, oh, I'm actually, good.
I totally get
I
that.
think I could have done better though.
I totally get that. I'm like, man, like, I understand. I know you need to be like, we as actors need to be like on top of our game, like right away. But sometimes I'm like, man, like, like one more take, just one more take, one more take. And we don't really always get that
Yeah.
time. And it like really bothers.
Yes.
It really, really bothers you.
Well, I try to do it in 3 takes. Like I'm a perfectionist. I'm like, I'm not an actor per se. Like I didn't study like you do. I didn't go to school for acting. It's just something that I was born with for some reason. Like the singing. I never wrote music. I just know how to sing, You heard my song. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm actually making a video for that particular song in about 2 weeks with the same director from Plaga, my friend Gary. So
that's amazing. Well, you're gonna have to send that to me when it's done, because then I'll just put all the links below this video so you guys can watch that, check it out, and comment, like, subscribe, and do all of that fun things.
Yay.
Fun things. And so along with all of this, you're one of the few people I know that actually works, like, I'm going to do my air quotes here, a real job. Because everyone a lot of my friends, we are freelancers, or we are trying to find a job, and like, gig workers, and like, what do we do? How do we make money? And you have an actual, like, real, legit, fantastic full-time job. How do you work around that schedule with being...
But what's great about, sorry to cut you off, but what's great about my job is that I work at the airport for Delta Airlines. So if I want to take off and fly somewhere to film, I'll just grab a couple of guys who are like, dude, I'm making a movie. Yeah, I got you. We'll work for you. So that's what's cool about my job. It's a full-time job, but I can get away from it when I want, because people will work for you, and I can fly for free.
Are airlines pretty flexible about scheduling? Like, if you need to take time off, or like if you need to go film for a week, like, do they work with you for that?
I've had some cool supervisors that found out that I was, for instance, I couldn't get a Sunday off to show the premiere. And they're like, Rivero's doing a premiere. Who's gonna work for him? Well, don't worry, we got you. That's the type of stuff. I don't know about a week, but if I need it, like necessarily need it for like something, they'll be like, oh, this guy's making movies. We'll look out for him. So it's kind of cool, like to do that for me.
Yeah, well, it's great that they're doing that for you. And I've always been curious, because I'm like, my family's in New York, and so, we're there, but I'm here in Vegas, but like I'm usually in LA, and my mom's in Florida. Like, we're kind of everywhere. And I'm like, why don't I just work for an airline? And I'm always really concerned about that. But I also think it's a really great perk, because you literally can go anywhere you want to go and audition or work or do whatever you need to do, which I think is a super perk.
Well, they're hiring now, so if you want, Delta's hiring.
Did you guys hear that? Delta's hiring. So if you are looking to work, and you don't always have to be a flight attendant, you can do all the different positions, and you still get the perks of traveling, right?
Right. I work with the ramp, but I work with the planes outside in the heat, so
dope.
Or the cold. So.
And you know what else? Speaking of Delta, don't get mad at me. You're kind of like a Delta influencer now. I've seen, well, you've made like videos for Delta, or videos like on your own Instagram, and you're working, but Delta has like reposted and share them.
Yeah. They asked me to do stuff like that. I mean, I use my iPhone. I don't have like a camera or anything, but they like it. So they're like, oh, it gets me out of work for a couple of hours. So it's cool, just to film something.
I would say I would call myself an influencer if that were me. I'd be like, whatever, y'all need to start paying me. But
I wish I had more than 800 followers. I mean, I'm in feature films. I kickbox, this and that, and there's people that don't do anything but TikToks, and they got 1 million followers.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, it's so depressing. Like you're very talented. Like, and I see everything you do, and I'm your number 2 fan. Remember, I'm your number 2 fan because your mom is your number 1 fan. I watch everything, and you and his Sony do. I always watch, and I always like the stuff because I admire the ambition that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see like how many followers you have and how many followers I have. I'm like, what the, like for real? Like,
yeah, but I need to work on my Instagram game too, though, because I am my new podcast, Always Acting Up Podcast on Instagram, is brand new, and it's very slow at getting followers, and it's just a lot of engagement with people. But it's a lot of work, and I think people who do Instagram and social media, I think they take it as like a full-time job. Like I know TikTok, it's recommended to post like 3 to 6 times a day. Like I don't have time for that. I really don't have time. I don't know how people do that.
I'm always doing stuff like everything that I like. If I kickbox and I like the video, And a shout out to my crew, my coach. His name is Charlie the Cannibal Campbell.
Mm.
He's an up and coming fighter, and he just won his bout, his professional bout, like about a week ago. So when you were asking me about how I can manage a job and do physical stuff at the same time, my job is already physical, and then I incorporate the kickboxing, and I'm 46, and I feel like I'm in my 20s now. Like it totally changed my whole persona. Like I used to work out, but not crazy. Like now I'm like
Yeah, well,
I get into
that's
it.
actually what I wanted to talk about. So I'm glad you perfectly transitioned us into that because one of the so you guys, this is part of my new segment. Maybe I should have some transition music. Hang on, I do have some.
Transition
Hang
time.
on.
Yay. That's the transition.
We're gonna use this for the time being. So yes, so one of the new parts of my podcast, like I mentioned earlier, I did want to talk about the ingredients to the entree. The entree being, I feel, is more industry, acting, directing, filmmaking, voiceovers, all those good things. But there's all these other aspects that are super, super important to your career, which in your case is fitness, which I think is super important because you guys being on set sometimes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 hours a day, it's exhausting. And if you're anything like me and you're hanging out by Crafty and you're eating cookies all day, it's going to be physically draining. And, I have back problems as well. I don't know if I've talked about it on this podcast, but I physically cannot stand on my feet more than like an hour without being like, all right, I got to sit down. I have to sit down. Wow. Yeah, it's really crappy. And I know sometimes they always want to throw the girls in heels. And I'm like, sorry, I got 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes and I got to sit down. I'm going to start getting grumpy. My back is going to start like breaking on me and I can't do it. So you mentioned that for your job is a physical job, but how the F do you have energy to go and work out afterwards? Because this is what we need to know. You guys, we need to know. Take notes. Let's listen.
I think my parents are vampires, to tell you the truth. I think like they have like this sort of like rejuvenation thing, because my dad's 83 and you still see him outside ripping out like weeds and stuff, and he's 83, and I'm like, maybe that's where I get my energy, because my father, he's Argentinian, so Argentinians have a lot of spunk, a lot of passion for everything, whether it be soccer or this and that. So as a kid, he was always making me do physical stuff, like running around or playing soccer. So it's just like I just have it. I don't know.
Do you think that your job being physical kind of motivates you to be more physical? Like, do you think that sort of like gets your adrenaline and energy?
I think the fact that I'm in movies and that, I want to be like some sort of like, not influencer, but I want to look good for myself, to look good on camera. That motivates me more to be physically fit. Because it's the era of physical fitness. Like everybody's doing physical fitness stuff, like on TikTok or whatever, Instagram. So it's like,
yeah,
I jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I think I got lucky because I've literally been working out since I was 2 years old. So for me, not working out, that's when I start having more problems. I start feeling really bad and not good. Would you have any advice for people who are not quite into fitness yet, but they would like to get into it?
Oh, God. It depends on what your demeanor is, like what passions you have. Like if you don't want to be an actor or something like that, and you just want to work out just to work out, then I would just, work out every once in a while. But if you like really want to get into it like I do, then you have to put your mind to it, and like quotes, like I put warrior quotes and this and that, and I psych myself out. And I look at myself in the mirror and I take pictures and this and that, and like you psych yourself out to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way I do it. Like I see myself, like I eat pizza a lot, so when I see I have a belly, I'm like, do 3 more hours at the gym tomorrow. So I psych my own self out. So I guess you have to be that type of person that psychs yourself out to do the training.
Yeah,
it's all mental.
Yeah, so it's a mental game and then a physical game.
Yeah. Right.
Because if I think, y'all, I got rid of my gym membership because I wasn't having it. And so now
you weren't into it anymore.
Yeah, no, I was going to the gym and I was sitting down and I was playing on my phone, and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't done anything and I've been here for like 30, 45 minutes. I got to go. Like, this is ridiculous. I need to leave. And so, I had to change my whole plan, and I actually work out at home now, and that's been working for me, or going out on walks. alternating.
The pandemic screwed me up. Like a year and a half ago, I was like, what am I gonna do now? Because like nobody knew what the hell was going on. Charlie couldn't train me yet because we didn't know what was going on. My gym closed down, so I kind of just started training myself at home and like watching what I was eating and stuff like that. But the pandemic really threw me into like I had a 6-pack like 2 years ago, and I was like very proud of myself. Now it's like, eh. But it's because it's the times like we live in now. You know, not many people are motivated to do anything anymore. So hopefully,
I totally feel. I think just being at home, like you're just not moving around as often as you would, and those extra pounds or whatever you want to call it, I think they're not going to go away until we get back to like some type of normal thing.
Normal.
So, what were you doing for your workout at home? Like did you put yourself on a schedule like every other day? Crunches, abs, arms, like what were you doing?
You know, like as much as it sounds like it's crazy that I'm going to say what I'm going to say, I don't really work out that much. Like I have the type of body that kind of like, this is what my coach told me. Charlie told me, like, he's like, you have a lot of like fiber or something. I don't know what he said. I don't know the correct words, but he's like, you work out for like a day and then you're back to normal again. Like my body doesn't go crazy, so I don't really have to do that much. So I guess I don't know what I'm saying.
You're one of those people. You know, it's so funny. There's some people who are like naturally, it's just their natural body type. They're very lean and athletic and they don't work out. And then there's people who work out a lot and we have to eat a little bit more healthy and it still doesn't look the same. And you know what always used to really bother me is that I would look at these fitness ads and I'm like, she doesn't work out. I know this girl never works out, but she's going to book all these fitness jobs because she looks this part. And here I am working my ass off and I'm never going to look like that. And that used to like drive me insane, like just bananas.
No, but you already have like that structure, like that what do you call that? The Arab look body, you know, the curves.
I have an athletic build, but I also have to work really hard for it.
Right.
But
well, yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, but like I'm saying, like, I don't want to look like Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. That's too much. That's an extreme. Like, but what's crazy is that he was in his best shape at 47 years old. This man.
Wow.
So I feel like I'm in my best shape now in my late 40s than when I was in my 20s because I didn't really care.
And so is that the ultimate goal for you? To do like superhero sort of films for you? Athletic things.
I would like to make it on movies that we make, like me and my boy, like me and my people, like Adam Sandler. He makes movies with his friends. You know, they started making movies with his friends, and everybody's in the movies all the time. Like you always see that one guy in his movie. You know, no matter what he's doing, he's always in the movie. And I want to do something like that. I don't want to be like some part of Marvel. You know, I wish I was, but I'm not going to aspire to be that because I'm 46. You know, if I become like this guy, Morgan Freeman, where you know, then maybe. But I want to make it on our stuff. Like I want us to have our own stuff. You know, so if Cobra becomes some sort of superhero, then great. I have a doll, so it's crazy. You know? Like a little kid will be playing with a doll. That'd be enough
dope
for me.
And so, sorry, I'm going to circle back around a little bit. For the feature film, you guys are currently putting it into festivals right now, and that's what you said. And is that the ultimate goal is to do, obviously, I guess, theaters?
God, that costs so much money.
Well, it could get distribution picked up. We don't know. Anything is possible.
Well, Demonium got a lot of recognition because we started winning at festivals. Like we won at that festival. We won 3 awards for best makeup and stuff like that. So everybody started talking about, this crazy movie from Argentina. And then we got the Netflix deal. I don't know how, but we got it. So I told Gary, I think that we should just bombard every festival that we can so the word gets out. That's free publicity for us. And then see what happens. Maybe put it on some streaming thing or, it's not the type of movie that people will go see in the movie theater because they don't have A-listers. Nobody knows who we are. So, you have to have like Black Widow or something to be in the movie and, or something like that to make it.
Yeah. Well, is there a trailer available yet?
There's a trailer, I have 2 trailers.
Okay. Yay. Okay, so yay. I'm excited to check it out. You guys, I'm going to be Once Walter sends me the trailer, I'm going to stick it in the comment section below here on YouTube, so you're going to be able to watch it there. And is there any way people can get a hold of you if they have any other questions? Like, how could
I
people
guess
get a hold of
my
you?
Instagram. I'm on it all the time. I guess that's the best place.
Do you want to tell us your Instagram one more time?
It's Walter Cobra Rivero with an RIV as in Victor ERO. Cobra with a K. Walter Cobra with a K. Rivero.
Cool. I'm excited and I will post it below. And so I think we are going to go into our moment of positivity. I like to finish every single episode with a moment of positivity. So hang tight. Yay. Okay, so I didn't really give you that much of a warning. I think you were probably my first guest. I'm trying something new for this season about to having a little bit more on the fly and seeing what happens.
Okay.
And so I like to end each episode with some positivity. It could be a quote that you like, or maybe something that you learned after a 7-year process of making a feature film. And I would be honored if you had something to share with us.
Well, we always say in the movie, there's one of the actors says it's okay to be different. So I think that it's okay to be different nowadays. That's my quote. That's a quote that in the movie. So we like to use it a lot.
I think it's great. I
Yeah.
think even more now. So I think social media has really helped people with. You don't think so?
With positive, you think it helped? Or you
I think it had. Well, I think it's helped because I feel like they're able to see so many other different types of people having success in their life. Whereas before, I think we only saw, without social media, we only saw what we saw on TV and magazines, and that was perfect highlights of all sorts. And now it's like it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be your own person, which I think is like fantastic. Finally,
yeah, we wanted to put that on a shirt with the guy's face. We were thinking about that.
I think you should. I think you guys should have some merch with that, and I think you should have the shirt that you're wearing. And hopefully, once we finish, I'll be able to see the shirt a little bit better. It's a little pixelated now.
It's old. It's really old.
Yeah, but I don't have a shirt with my face on it, so that's pretty cool. I don't even have a cartoon.
I have another one with the demonium face with my other face on it.
That's dope. I got to get one of them. You guys, if anyone's watching and you happens to be an artist, I'm looking for a shirt with my face on it. Okay? Yeah.
You should have one.
I should. Well,
everybody should.
I think so too. And I like a character. So if you don't want to do a shirt, you can just draw a character for me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about your feature film? Anything else you have coming up? Goals, etc.?
No, I just think that I think the movies should be out soon after all the festivals. Hopefully, it'll make a big splash.
Yes.
And for all the people that are that want to train or do kickboxing, don't hesitate. Just do it because it's easy. It's just a matter of doing it for you, I guess.
And you got to start small. Start small.
I mean, I'm not Van Damme here, but it helped me learn how to defend myself and look good in the process.
Hey, it's a win-win. And you have a special skill. I mean, you can use that on your resume, or you have the extra special skill.
I've also trained people, and here I am training people in my house, for free. Come over and train.
You should make some YouTube videos.
So I do. I have them on my Instagram. Every time I'm doing stuff, you don't see me when I'm doing the.
Okay, I've seen that, but I didn't know that they were tutorials. I don't think I paid it.
No. I'm not talking. I'm just showing.
Okay.
I don't know.
My suggestion is make some tutorials.
I'm all over the place.
I think you're doing fantastic. I think it's amazing what you're doing. I think it's fantastic that you're having a career. You have a full-time job, which is like amazing, impressive. I'm a little envious myself. I'm like, maybe I got to get into that. And then you're also keeping up with your fitness and you're doing kickboxing and you have all these extra things that you like to do. Like, bravo, bravo, bravo. Congratulations. This is my actual applause.
That's your tap. That's your actual clapping.
Yes.
Well, we gotta do a movie together. I mean, if I ever make it, I'm gonna bring you from Las Vegas to our next movies. Because we do want to make more movies.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, I'm game, and we are all here to bring each other up because, like I say, 3 million times, it is a village. It takes a village to succeed, and we are a community, and we do all have to grow together. Budding, ching.
yes.
Cool. Well, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining me on my podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you are on YouTube, there's a little bell. Once you subscribe, click that bell. So anytime I upload a new video, you will get a notification that there is a new video available. And I believe that is all. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Walter, for joining me. And
Thank you.
yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Yeah.